What's up, PB Cashewville? It's your boy PB, and next to me is your boy Cashew. And today we are going to be talking about the future.
Dun dun dun.
Done!
What's up, PB Cashewville? It's your boy Cashew, and right beside me is your boy.
PB!
How you doing, PB?
PB!
What are you, a Pokemon over here?
PB!
I guess you are a Pokemon. You okay there?
I'm good. I just really think that it'd be interesting to see like how a world like that would be if instead of just address like speaking in actual words, you just be like PB, 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 like to live in the world of Pokemon. I think that'd be kind of interesting. But here's the thing, how do Pokemon all understand each other? Like, how does Pikachu just saying Pikachu, 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 like, can be communicated when someone says Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur, Bulbasaur all the time?
I guess it's like human communication because we can understand each other. I don't know. It's just random. But I think it would be weird.
Pokemon mind, hive mind.
I think it would be weird and awkward if we did that. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be awkward for them. They'll be like, why am I talking like this?
Yeah, exactly.
But is there anything you had to say? Because I was thinking of something, but I can't remember what it was.
We have T-shirts.
Oh yeah, we do. We got our
t-shirts.
T-shirts, our PB and Cashew T-shirts. We're still trying to figure
Now
that.
to start working out to like really flesh out the T-shirts.
We're trying to figure out. You know, we'll give you more details about it. We'll figure out how much it'll cost. You know, everything like that. You know, the expense and stuff like that. We'll figure that stuff out, and we'll let you know. We'll have a release date, but we gotta at least let them know it's limited. Right now, we're gonna do a limited time.
We got limited supply right now.
Limited surprise. We're only going to do 20, and we're only gonna probably do it people in our area for now.
Yeah.
And so we can figure out about shipping and handling.
Shipping and
stuff
handling
like
and all that other fun stuff, taking credit card information, because that stuff we really, really, really need to get down pat, or else like bad stuff happens. Shout out, of course, to Lauren.
Yep.
Lauren, thank you so much for these shirts. These are so cool, and hopefully it'll make a lot of people smile in the near future. So that was
Speaking of the future.
Ooh.
Speaking
Yes.
of
The future.
that's what we're gonna talk about today.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Dun.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about the future. Before we say that, I gotta say Happy 4th of July.
4th of July.
We actually are recording in 4th of July, you know, because we're gonna have a busy Saturday.
Yes, and actually yesterday was so cool in terms of 4th of July was that there's fireworks everywhere. And I had a huge craving for Breyer's ice cream. And everything's closed, so I had to go 7-Eleven. And right across from 7-Eleven, like where the Best Buy and everything is, there's like fireworks going off in there. And when I came back to my house, there's fireworks going on here. It was really cool, like fireworks everywhere. It was like fireworks.
Yeah, it was
Fireworks!
Cool. There was fireworks. Like, people were doing fireworks in my place too, like where I live. So, yeah, 4th of July, you know, going to cookouts, you know, having fireworks. It's a good time to relax, you know. But like I said, now let's talk about our future. Talk about the future in general. In 5 years from now, that's what, 2027?
2027. That is half a decade from now. That would make me a 45-year-old person. Jeez.
That would make me 30.
Ah!
Literally 30.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Or like 29 turning 30.
We're old men. By the next time that you watch this, I'll actually have a beard, and Mac will have like a grayish beard. Then he'll truly look like a Civil War general.
Oh my goodness. So, what is the...
That should be a poll question. Does Matt look like a Civil War general? Reply in the comment section below. Just be like, yes he does, or no he doesn't, or Fred, shut.
So yeah, we're recording on a Monday. We will let this come out on a Saturday.
Yep. So just stay tuned for it. Definitely keep watching. Again, we're just trying to get back into the swing of things. So,
Yeah.
but yes, the future. So, what do you want to discuss about the future? There's a lot of different topics that we can think about. So, we can't discuss everything about the future. So, what do you think we should discuss?
Maybe we could. Don't you have one with entertainment?
I do have one in entertainment. I do have a little list here. So, yeah, let's take a look at entertainment. So, yes, entertainment. What streaming is probably one of the big things about entertainment nowadays, and how do you think that streaming is going to affect entertainment in the future?
I think streaming is gonna get more results. Get bigger. We see a lot of streaming apps like Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. You got Prime Video. You got a lot. You got Hulu, Netflix. Those are like big ones. And then there's like smaller ones. But I think streaming's gonna get better. I think you're gonna see a lot more. You're gonna see Netflix making a lot more movies. Honestly, Netflix actually been making a lot more movies.
And the quality of Netflix is actually getting better.
One thing about Netflix that gets me annoyed is like they make shows, but sometimes they cancel and they stop it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Netflix, why would you do that? But
Daredevil.
Oh yeah, that's coming in Disney Plus now.
It is. I'm so happy.
So
yay.
But like I said, so there's gonna be more. More. I feel like it's gonna get bigger and better
in terms of
streaming it.
Good.
I don't think it's gonna die down. I think we talked about this. Okay, we gotta let them know at least that when we were recording, we had to redo it because the thing turned off.
Yeah, our camera zonked out, but
so we had to redo everything. But we talked. We're gonna talk about it now. It's about cable. And I think cable it's gonna die down, but I think it'll still be there in 2027
to serve for.
It won't be there for like not that many people get it because cable costs like with internet and cable like almost $200 to $300. It costs a lot, and everything's just skyrocketing now.
But that does pose an interesting question though. Will we have the technology to be able to handle all of that internet action? That's the thing that I think is going to be.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, it's going far. It's going good so far.
But do you think though that because everybody's going to go more onto an online web-based platform, it's not more like a hardline cable connection? Do you think that it may overload servers, or it's going to increase our needs for power? Do you think that's going to happen?
Because there's already a lot of people that had these apps. There's a lot of people that use Netflix. There's a lot of people that use Disney Plus. And not everyone's going to be using the same apps. Not everyone's going to be using Disney Plus. Not everyone's going to be using Paramount Plus. Not everyone's going to be using Netflix.
But everybody's going to be using internet, though.
And I mean, we already have a lot of people using internet.
Right, but because I think it's all. The reason why we can use the internet a little bit better is because there's still some folks that are still relying on cable services. So maybe they're kind of offsetting the need for more internet connections. But
I feel like if that obviously they're gonna make sure the internet gets better. They're gonna make sure we have better quality, better make it faster. So that's me personally believing that.
True.
So I think they'll have a plan for that if that happens. But I think, like I said, I think streaming, can't even talk right now. Streaming apps are gonna be better and have
be better in the future.
Better in the future. Yeah.
I think that's my hope also. But do you think though that it'll also take away from, let's say, other experiences, like going to see a live show in the theater, or going to, let's say, a movie theater to watch a premiere of a movie? Or going to a Broadway show, do you think that people will want just the at-home experience, or do you think that the live experience or the going to a big theater experience, that thing's not going to die down?
No, I don't think it's going to die down. You gotta say it. We have a lot of people in America, not just in the world in general, and there's people that like to go out. There's people that like to stay in, and there's people that like to go out in the world and like to hang out with friends. and and some people that actually do like going to movie theaters and do like the live, can't talk, the live shows and stuff like that. So I don't think it's gonna die down. Me personally, I think it won't die down.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll still be fine. For 5 years from now, it'll still be good.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's true because sometimes the live experience. So like if you are going to theater or to a live show, it's definitely different than watching it on a smaller screen.
Yeah. Like think about it like this: if you watch a movie in a computer, it's gonna have some good quality, but watching it in movie theater is gonna be a lot better. The sound's gonna be a lot better because the sound system, stereos, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be more of a better experience than being at home watching it sometimes.
The one thing though about the movie theater experience, I'm sure that people absolutely despise, is the cost of food. Why is it $7 for popcorn now? That's crazy.
It's always like that in theaters.
I
Theaters
know.
is expensive.
No, but
But it's so they could make money. You understand? They gotta make money not only through
the movie,
buying movies
but
and the tickets.
they
have
gotta
to make
supplement
it for other
with
things
other things.
because people get hungry. People's gonna be watching a movie for 2 hours, 3 hours. They're not gonna sit there and not eat something. They need something to eat.
Right.
Even when I'm watching a movie at my home, I need to eat something while watching a movie.
That's true.
It also depends on the video.
Let me ask you this: like, if you did ever get the chance to go to the movie theater, would you ever sneak your food in?
When I was no, well, when I was little, we used to do that. But I'll be honest with you. Now I'm like, since I got a job or something, just like I'll just buy it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. I just like because I don't want to get in trouble where it's like because then it's gonna be pointless for me sneaking something in. And if they actually catch me, they'll be you have to put that back. You can't take that. You have to throw it out. I spend money on something when I could just I just rather just buy in a theater.
What you want to know? Like the strangest food that I was able to smuggle into a theater back in my college days.
What was that?
2 Subway footlong sandwiches.
Wow. You must have been really hungry.
No, we split it between us, but one of my friends, he liked to wear a huge trench coat. Scott, if you're watching this is all you, man. He had a big trench coat, and it was winter, so he stuck them into the inner folds of his trench coat. And then we were whipping out these sandwiches in the theater. It's so crazy.
That's funny.
So it's always an experience. But yeah, that's crazy. It's like so much cheaper sometimes just to eat beforehand, and than going to the theater. But yeah, you got to make money. So that's absolutely true about that. In terms of let's see, social media. I think it's a given that social media is going to be very, very huge in the future.
It's huge right now.
It's huge right now, and it's just going to get even bigger. So I think us discussing how big is it going to be, it's just going to stay the way it is. In fact, it's going to even increase.
Yeah, because you could use social media for,
Promoting stuff,
getting your name out there. Like, we use social media to try to get our stuff out there, with the whole PB and Cashew show.
And I think even with social media, like nowadays, you have to be so guarded about what you say.
Yeah, definitely.
And now that you have, because the social media is so popular, and plus everyone is listening. So like some random dude like on the street might just catch you say something wrong at the wrong time, and then before you know it, it's on your Twitter page or somebody else's Twitter page saying, "Oh, so and so did this." So
yeah, the one thing about social media, and I think Twitter's like this a lot, is they can attack you.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful. And another thing that's getting popular, in my opinion, is podcasting.
Yep.
And this
guys
is
like us.
Podcasting and YouTube videos, you're seeing a lot of NBA players, they're starting to do podcasting. There's a lot of video game guys who are doing podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people are just doing video casting and podcasting, which is not bad. It's a good thing. I think that's going to be very popular in 5 years from now. It's going to get higher and bigger, yeah.
But do you worry, though, that it's going to just be oversaturated? Like, you'll go onto YouTube, and then there's going to be so many different podcasts that you don't know what to do with it. But do you think that that's going to be a problem, or you'll still have choice about what to do?
No, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think it's going to be fine. I think everything's going to be fine. It all depends on who could grab your attention. If someone could grab your attention, then that's fine. And that's always happens. Sometimes people like to watch people that grab their attention. So I think it'll still be fine.
Got it. Okay, so going to the other things, let's take a look at personal, personal, our personal 5-year plans from now. Wow. I did not want to discuss this, but this was something that was like, okay, let's discuss it. And apparently a lot of people want to hear it.
Before we do personal, we forgot to talk about one thing I think is going to take over. Not again, I think it's going to get more popular and bigger, video games.
Yes, I believe so. But do you think like in 5 years that there's
I feel like in 5 years
we'll have new consoles by then?
I think it's going to be like 7 to 6 years. But I think in 5 years from now, Twitch is going to get more popular. It's going to get more, more bigger because Twitch is getting, Twitch is getting popular. It's getting up there, So and Twitch has been doing that, but I think with more video games coming out, there's going to be more content, more people that's like, oh, I want to play this game, So I think that's going to be a big thing. You can make money off that too.
Do you think that esports is going to reach a popularity level that even surpasses professional sports like the NBA, MLB?
You mean like video game wise?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that that's ever going to happen in 5 years? That there'll be more people, or maybe this is true now, there'll be more people watching an esports event rather than like a professional baseball or professional sports event?
Um, that's a tough question. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I think
like in America, because I know in Korea
sports,
and them it's big there, but like let's say here in America.
Sports, I think a lot of people love sports, and
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been seeing a lot of like people been trying to teach their kids how to play baseball, how to play basketball, football, and if you think about it, the Super Bowl is like a big sport,
Mm-hmm.
Big event that's only one time, NBA playoffs, you could, there's like a lot of games for that. The World Series is the same thing, but
Mm-hmm.
like it all depends. I think sports is still going to be like viewed as
A very
important thing to our future.
This was a small one, but in the next 5 years, which of our favorite professional teams that's like including the Yankees, the Knicks, the Rangers, the Jets, and the Giants, among those teams, because those are the ones that we'd like to discuss a lot here. Which of those, and this is kind of an obvious one, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Which of those is going to win a championship in the next 5 years?
Yankees or Rangers?
Yankees or Rangers? You think the Knicks will win a NBA championship in the next 5 years?
It all depends on how everything goes with the team right now. I think our team, I like how they are right now. I like it. We just gotta see what they decide to do. If they add like a big name or add more pieces, I think we need a little bit more pieces to maybe try to be contenders for the finals. But it's gonna take a time, I think.
Gotcha.
So, but like I said, I think Yankees or Rangers.
Yeah, Yankees and Rangers. I agree.
Because Yankees are playing well right now. Hopefully, they can make it to the World Series. And the Rangers, they were in the Stanley Cup just recently, and they were
playoffs. Yeah, not for the
Cup. They were in the playoffs,
Yeah.
and they lost round 3, right, or something like that, or round 2.
Yeah, just to Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah, so
they were just like one game away from
the finals.
From the final, yeah, two games away. So, but that's I agree. I think with the Jets and the Giants, it's always a toss up because you got to figure out the chemistry and see if it's going to happen. So, okay, we've got not that. Well, we still have some time. So, personal. Goodness.
All right.
I didn't want to discuss this
What
one.
do you want to know about personal?
You start, because I don't know.
so what we have? Current situation, you mean like what we are in right now?
I guess like in our current situations, like our personal, like what are our own I guess one way we could look at this, our own personal goals. I guess that's something, because I'll be honest with you guys out there in PB Cashewville, like I don't really want to show you the whole Brother Fred's or Freddie Van Vico story. It's gonna unfold on its own, but I don't know, it's just hard to talk about. But there's certain goals and certain dreams that I definitely have in the next 5 years. So I guess we can discuss that.
Okay.
So
okay, how about so we go first. What's one goal you want for 5 years?
Definitely one is to publish something, whether it is something that will help people spiritually, like commentaries on the Bible, or I'm working on a really cool fantasy novel right now. Something. I mean, we're publishing this show every single week, which is great, but personally, I really would like to publish a book in the next 5 years and make it Whether it's super popular or if it's ebook, just as long as it's published and it's out there. So I do have something in the works right now called The Legend of the Azurian Blade, and if you guys are interested in that, um, message me and I can give you some additional details. If you want to read and do some proofreading for it, I'd love to send it your way. Just don't steal my idea. But then again, it's also a lot of homages to different things, like Avatar, for example. So that's one. Definitely also help our church grow. Two, just to get better in terms of our finances. So hopefully, like things at work get really well now, so I can get out of debt, so save more to, start to be able to fund for like the future. I mean, for retirement, that's already been something that's been preparing for anyway. But like, yeah, those are the major goals currently right now. So, how about you, man?
I always think a lot about my future. I do have a lot of goals. I know one goal I have is, I'm 25 years old. One goal is to find someone, settle.
Find the Mrs.
Find the
DeJesus.
Mrs.
Mrs. DeJesus.
Settle and find someone. I think that's important. Honestly, for me, that's important. Another goal is to maybe in a year or two move out. Go somewhere. A different state. Go to a different state. Maybe somewhere in the south. Not sure yet. I think another goal is probably right now to help my church. Help my church grow. My new church.
Right.
New Heights is. I want it to grow and help it out as much as I can. And it's just multiple goals. One goal I really hope. I don't know if maybe it will take longer than 5 years, but it's maybe to have my own business. I've been trying to think about what I can sell or something like that. So we gotta see about that. So there's a lot of goals I have, and just hoping that everything works out.
Sounds good. You ever thought about maybe working for the NBA?
A lot of people's been telling me. You told me that. My friend told me, who lives in Indiana, said that I should try to be like talk and go to see if I could do ESPN and do like talking shows and stuff like that. Zach mentions it sometimes.
And you do have a beard like Kendrick Perkins already, anyway.
But I don't know. Maybe in the future I might think about that. I'm not sure yet. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love talking about basketball, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't want that to. I don't want it to try to take over my life. Because I feel like if I do that, I would have to try to sacrifice
other things, yeah, because it's
which
gonna.
I don't want to. Honestly, I do not want to sacrifice church. I'm not doing that, And I know for a fact if I, it'll be tough to do both.
Yeah.
If you want to be honest with you, because then people are gonna be, because if I do become like, let's say I become like a Stephen A. Smith, someone like that, very popular out of nowhere. I'm gonna be getting phone calls. I'm gonna be getting texts, Twitter tweets, stuff like that. So like that,
If you ever become like Stephen A. Smith, will you ever hate yourself? Because I'm a big Stephen A. Smith fan. Matt is not. So like, would you be a little bit more?
It's not that I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan. It's just that I sometimes disagree with what he says. Like I don't know. I had this problem where he says he's a Knicks fan, but he's always negative about the Knicks. That's my problem.
I think because he's been a Knicks fan longer than we have.
I mean,
that's my.
Here's my issue. It's like you at least should bring a positive. You should never have a negative.
Right.
You should always try to find a positive thinking.
But he keeps it real.
He's like
he
always
keeps it real.
negative.
That's what that. The funniest Stephen A. Smith thing that I've heard recently was this whole Knicks debacle. He says, "You know what? I just had to go and talk to my pastor," and I'm like, "Wow." It's like, what did you do, Stephen A. Smith? He goes, "Because what did I do to deserve these?" I started laughing. Okay, one of the things, like, I know that you had mentioned about trying to see like other places that you would want to go. Let's just say, and I'm not trying to plant ideas in here. Let's just say you have a golden ticket to go serve God anywhere, live there professionally, and a place to start a family. Where in, not just America, but where in the world would you want to do something like that?
Somewhere in the Northeast.
Northeast, okay.
Here's what I would say, and this is where it's like, the South has a lot of churches already. South has the South is more like church-going people. They care about God. But in the Northeast, it's a lot different. A lot of people probably wonder, oh, why? People probably have this weird thing like, oh, why do you want to go to the Northeast? what's so good about the Northeast? Well, one thing is there's hardly no
Yeah,
churches there.
that's right. It's a
There's
very
there's probably churches there, but some of them might not have the same beliefs I do.
okay.
But not only that, it's just that when you look at it, and I'm gonna say this when we talk about if America falls or anything like that, what, and we're talking. This is me talking in a Christian aspect,
Hmm.
what, where do you think can America change and get a revival will hit hard?
Hmm.
I think it's the Northeast.
Yeah,
I'm honestly gonna say it's the Northeast, and I know people are gonna be, oh, what about California? Well, you know what? California does have a lot of churches as well. And some of them are Bible believing churches, but in the Northeast, there's very little.
right.
And I feel like if we can touch the Northeast, we can see God do multiple things in America, and that's me being honest.
Yeah, in the spirit of the Fourth of July, you have to also think that where has the greatest major changes of our country taken place?
In the Northeast.
It's in the Northeast. Like if you think about the Revolution itself, happened in the Northeast. The Great Awakening happened in the Northeast. A lot like the abolitionist spirit spurred from a lot of folks from here in the Northeast. So that from that you also have the civil rights movement and everything like that. So
I actually do want to talk about something.
Sure.
It kind of comes out of nowhere, but so 5 years from now, okay, so recently I've been talking to a couple of friends of mine,
Sure.
and you know, I want to ask your opinion on this real quick.
Yeah.
Do you think? And I was talking to your mom about this actually too.
Yeah.
And it's about churches, about not attacking anybody, but it's like pastors and preachers, right? Do you not does it kind of bug you when you hear some preachers and pastors talk about like there's no hope for
Oh
America?
gosh, no! It's very disheartening, and angering because you can't you can't always lose hope. To lose hope is definitely a major spiritual loss, or a step into a greater sense of spiritual loss. Just as with any fight, you just have to continue to just keep on fighting. I mean, even if they shut our churches down, we still have to somehow just be able to go and get the word out there. Even if we get into that state, I don't think it's ever going to be that bad, where the state prevents us from doing so. We still have to do it. That's the thing. But this let's just give up mentality. I don't agree with that. Now the supposition or like the idea that we're in a very that it's coming, that one I can agree with, to spur us to do more work. Like let's say first, give me an example of what you mean.
Here's what I'm saying. It's like, look, I understand, and I told this to your mom. I understand that Christians were supposed to if you say Christ is coming soon, make sure you do this. I feel like using that can be, are we doing it for the right reasons?
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing it for our selfish ways, or are we doing it for the right ways? Because I feel like a preacher shouldn't always be telling us that Christ is coming and that we should be good and stuff. We should be doing God's will. We should know that already,
Right,
and
right.
we should be striving to do that stuff.
But it's still important to be a reminder because
But if it's a reminder almost every week,
well, because of how it is right now, it should be. Because I think this is the danger. Because if you are just relying on the fact that rapture is going to happen, and that or you just want rapture to happen so that I don't have to pay my mortgage, I don't have to deal with these the budget crisis, I don't have to deal with gas prices. It's not this. I think I see what you mean. If you are waiting for the rapture for a selfish reason, like to be delivered from all of this, that's definitely something that's dangerous.
And that's what I sometimes feel like sometimes with some of these pastors and preachers. Not all of them, but I feel like there's some pastors and preachers that say they use that to try to motivate us. But is it for the right? Are they trying to motivate us for our selfish reasons? Because sometimes we could say, we're not doing it for our selfish reasons, but I wish the rapture could come because I don't want to deal with this no more.
Right.
But that is a selfish reason.
But that's really disheartening if that's how preachers are preaching, because most preachers that I know and that I listen and I respect are not preaching that.
Well, I know
and
that.
It is sad. And if you are a preacher that is preaching a sense of let's just wish Jesus to come back so that we're just delivered from all of this and not do anything, then sir, you have a there's something wrong there, because the rapture should be something, or the second coming of Christ should be something that spurs us on. Granted, there is the carnality of it where we do get like that, but we gotta snap out of that. That like, oh, you know what? Because the finances, the debts, and everything like that, that can get to you. The suffering, the different struggles that we're all going through, yes, that can get to you. But that should not be like the reason why you want the rapture to happen. Rapture is happening so that you see Christ again. That's the thing. But before that happens, just got to keep working, got to keep plugging along. Just as I said, you guys just got to keep fighting and fighting and fighting until Christ comes back.
I want your opinion on it because I've been realizing that a lot. I don't know why, but it's been like, it has been bothering me because I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you, I do feel like some preachers and pastors, like, it feels like they lost hope on our generation.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this, like, there's a lot, there's a lot of, I'm 25 years old. There's people that are younger than me. There's people that are like older than me, and we still have a desire to serve the Lord. And we want to see the Lord work in a mighty way. And that's the problem. It's like, I said this. I think I said this to your mom too. It's like, how is it that we could lose hope, but Jesus never lost hope?
Of course not.
He was with the sinners. He what was it? He like ate with the sinners, right?
Right.
And he always cared about us. And if he lost hope, when he was dying on that cross, he could have sent the legions and the angels to come and swoop out.
Not even then. It's just like, you know what? In Gethsemane is the crucial point. It's like he's like, if it's possible, take this cup away from me, but it's not my will, but your will that's to be done. So he could have done it right then. He could have done it even before. You know how in the Bible it says that he was slain before the foundation of the world. Jesus could have been like, they're gonna mess it all up. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But no, that's the amazing thing of it, that he didn't lose hope because he believed he wanted to give mankind an opportunity to be able to do that. He never lost hope in seeing what the big picture, as Brother Freddie Deanda would say, the main thing. So like that was the purpose and that's the focus. But in this day and age, you can't have that sense of hopelessness now, because hopelessness is something that everybody experiences. You study the Bible diligently enough, major prophets, kings, disciples, apostles all have those moments of hopelessness and wanted to just throw everything in. Job had those moments where it's just like, I don't know what to do anymore. Job's wife had that particular thing, but even Elijah's like, look, I'm the only person who's doing anything here. But then God always says, look, there's other folks.
Yeah.
So again, you cannot let the stresses of this life, you cannot let the fact that certain things may not be going 100% your way, and lose hope because of that. That in fact, these days, where things may not necessarily be going our way, that could be because we've gotten too comfortable in ourselves.
Yeah.
One recent truth that I've been contemplating is this whole concept of revival. Okay, the word revival means to bring back to life, revive, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't then be the first step to revival is just realizing how dead you are?
Yeah.
And I think that's our problem, why we can't have a revival in America, because we don't realize just how dead we are spiritually, just how dead we are socially, and because we've gotten comfortable with that, we just want to stay dead. We don't want to do much more, or we get to that sense of hopelessness. We're like, what's me doing this gonna make a difference? What's me going to do to go soul winning going to make a difference? Not gonna do anything. No one's gonna listen anyway. That is not the way to do it.
Never know.
Never know. You never know.
I've been realizing this a lot lately, and that is, the Lord is working.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it. The church we have now of New Heights, we've been seeing it grow like tremendously. It's
exponentially.
been actually
In
good.
2 months.
And two,
It's
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
And right, 3 months. April 3rd, May.
May 3rd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3 months.
3 months. That's amazing.
And we've been seeing it grow. And that's why I say the Northeast is because I believe if you get the heart of the Northeast,
You win the country.
You can win the country.
You win the
can
country.
See a revival. But I also I brought that up is because I've been hearing this a lot, been realizing this a lot, that there are some preachers out there that just lose hope and that they trash our generation and say we don't have the desire, we don't have the heart. But that's not true. I know guys my age who are serving the Lord and they want to see the Lord do great things.
I think what these preachers are saying, in just to play, I don't know, that's not devil's advocate, just to kind of see it on their particular end, it's not necessarily that they've given up. Guys like you, guys like Zach, guys like Brandon, guys that are your age are very rare nowadays. But you are a minority in in the great grand majority of your generation. I think that's what it means. It's not.
But let me ask you this question, and I'm going to be honest. How do you expect guys like us, to more people that are our age, grow and serve the Lord if it's a lot of discouragement and not encouragement?
That's why it requires you guys to be able to do that. Because they need an example. That's the thing. Because remember, a lot of folks in these younger generations, they don't have the examples to follow, like the standard examples to follow. That, like, for example, before when I was younger, God's already a given. Prayer is standard. The Bible is supreme. Then the Bible is something that anybody refers back to in terms of their morality. Sometimes even an unsaved or an agnostic person will still respect the principles that are put in the Bible. Nowadays, it's not like that. That's the generation that is the majority. So that's why it needs younger people, because sometimes they won't listen to older folks like us. I've taught this when you were in my class, when a lot of our younger guys that are now older guys that were in my class, that many times they're not gonna listen to a guy like me, because there's a part of me that's part of that old group, the old way of raising. The fact that you really discipline your kids. You if they sassed you, you got the snot beat out of you, or discipline. That's the kind of generation that I was in. But they need guys and girls that are your age, that get it, and try to convince them of, hey, look, this is the way to live, to live based on biblical principles, because that's something that's been lost.
No, I get that, but I also see it like this too, because I also see it like if you are a preacher or a pastor and you just always say like there's no hope, and you're always trying to bash our generation, put us down and say nobody's really have a desire, it's like that discourages you. That makes you say it discourages you. Because at the end of the day, I get it. You're an old let's say you're an older pastor. You always want to encourage and train your young guys.
That's true.
You always want to encourage and train them. You don't always want to discourage them. And that's the thing. I feel like that's what leadership is. Leadership is, let's say, for example, let's say you're a leader, mm-hmm. and I follow you. Mm-hmm. What you want to do is always encourage your guys to do the right thing and not discourage them. Yeah, maybe if they did one thing wrong, you could talk to them about that. You do that privately. You let them know about that.
But in also essence, if you are somebody that's being reared for leadership, you're also supposed to be somebody that can learn to also encourage themselves. What does David do? What did David do? He encouraged himself in the Lord. A lot of times he doesn't have somebody that can say like, "Oh yeah, you're good, awesome, great, it's gonna be good." Sometimes you are in those moments where it's just you and God alone, and I think that's a major factor, because one thing, and this isn't just for your generation, but even for me, sometimes. Yeah, we do want to get, oh, yes, go, yeah, good, go. But in reality, sometimes that's not going to happen. That's not going to come from even the people that you're looking up to and that you respect. But if it's God who you are looking to, and he's always encouraging, convicting too, yes, but always encouraging, That's going to be the thing that's going to make the difference. Because again, I'm reminded of what of one when a preacher. He's now a great preacher in Oregon. The Bible college went through a very very difficult time, tumultuous, tenuous time, and then he always told us, like, look, we are men too, and we make mistakes. Follow Christ. You know, let Christ be your example, because there's moments that we will fail you, but Christ never will. And that's so true. It's you have to be encouraged in the Lord. We can't always rely on our leaders. There's many times, and I'm sure you've seen this. There's many times where I've failed to be an encouragement. Many times, and a lot of the guys are listening.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Many times where I've failed to be an encouragement.
No, you. There were times maybe, but you made up for it.
But the thing is, you shouldn't be relying on. I will do my best to encourage you, but I will still make my mistakes. But that's the reason why that vibrant relationship with Christ and your relationship with the Holy Spirit, that's the thing that you have to kind of rely on. And I've been seeing that where I've been having to do that myself a lot lately.
I understand that part, but what I'm just saying is, like, there are times where I'm just saying, like, look, yes, I get it. People think, maybe America is in a bad situation right now, but we shouldn't lose hope. And we should not always be discouraging people. We should at least try our best to encourage people.
Oh no, encourage.
And also,
encouragement.
like he said, like Fred said, you gotta be encouraged through the Lord, which that's true. I understand that part, but at the same time, I wish. Yeah, okay. Let's say, for example, let's say something happened where, give me an example. I'm trying to think of a good example here. Something that.
Let's say a church splits.
A church split.
Yeah.
Let's say a church split. Yeah, that's a discouraging thing.
But you still have to be
You have to have encouragement at the same time.
I'm not saying that not to be an encouragement, and a preacher who's not being an encouragement to his congregation, like if he's being discouraging to his congregation, that's absolutely bad. Like, you have to be an encouragement to your congregation. But I think personally, you can't always rely on that.
Yeah, I know that.
That's what I'm saying, because just as you said, like, that's a given. Like, serving God, that's a given.
That's a given.
Being an encouragement, that's a given. The only problem is that it's not going to be as consistent, and also not as sustaining as being encouraged in the Lord. Okay.
Like I said, I have been hearing recently that there are some pastors and preachers that have been being like a discouragement, putting like this generation down. It's like there's still hope. There's guys still out there like that's my age.
There's always hope.
That wants to serve the Lord. That wants to see the Lord works. And if that's the reason why I'm saying I would like to go to the Northeast, is because I believe if you're in the Northeast, you can captivate and get the heart in the Northeast. You can see a revival in America.
I agree. That was a lot in that last moment.
But it was really good.
Oh, it was really good. I like that.
It's really good. Because I've been realizing this too. It's like, we haven't really got spiritual that much. We haven't really talked about the Lord and talk about, because we're Christians, we haven't talked about that, and boom, there we go.
That was
if I could say one thing, though, because we're about to be ending soon, but if I could say one thing, and that is this, is that there's still hope in America. Yeah, we could see America going crazy right now, but at the end of the day, I still believe there's hope. I still believe there's young guys like me that are out there that wants to serve the Lord and wants to see the Lord do great things. So if you're a person that's saying there's no hope for America, there's still hope for America. That's all I gotta say.
Well said, man. I think on that note, we should end that. We hope that this was an encouragement for you. Hopefully it does give you a lot of hope. And if you have any comments, thoughts, please feel free to put them down in the comment section. Like and subscribe to us, and we'll continue to give you more of these wonderful content. And so, again, happy 4th of July to everybody. And to leave it, be an encouragement to somebody. Be an encouragement to somebody. Find somebody to encourage today, and also to continue to encourage yourself in the Lord. So with that said, as we say every week, we don't know you, but we love you, and there's a God above that does. I'm PB.
And I'm Cashew.
Peace out, PB Cashewville.